Hi, I'm Jim Ward with Jim Ward's Whitetail Academy, and we're here today at Danny Little's property, co-owner of Redneck Blinds, and he's got a nice property here. And what we got going is a bunch of edge on this property, which really benefits the wildlife. He's putting in a lot of different food plots, clover and beans and winter wheat and rye. But what I'm here to do is to build a trap. I'm here to work on the habitat. So I'm going to improve the timber. I'm going to lay it down in a way that the deer, it's going to pull deer in, it's going to feed deer in there, but we're also going to build a trap in front of the stand. We're going to build a converging hub where a lot of trails come together. Today, an example of how to do this is the highest ground around. And so what we're doing is we're going to put our buck beds in here, and we're going to make travel corridors behind those buck beds, and we're going to do a feathered edge all the way around the edge of the food plot. And so the benefit of the feathered edge is that's where we stack our doe beds at. Then we put our buck beds on the high ground, and we're going to put a redneck blind here, and this is a little bit of a low area. It's only about 15 to 20 feet lower than the stuff around it, but being low, what it's going to do is allow us access in this ditch to get into the stand, and the stand is going to be back into the timber because this is specifically set up for a bow hunt. So again, the way we're going to lay this whole trap out is a feathered edge all the way around the outside edge where the food plots are for our does, and we're going to put a buck sneak trail 20 yards behind that, and then we're going to have travel corridors, and we're going to make right in front of this blind a converging hub. So I'm going to have an edge come, or a feathered edge or a trail coming from the south, one coming from the north. Where the habitat I done the last time I was here, we're going to have a trail coming across, and that's also going to be a shooting lane if we want to hunt this stand later in the year for a rifle. But it's going to be a trail so that we can encourage the deer to come across there. So we're going to have 5 trails coming together right in front of the stand. We'll have our licking branches and mock rubs out here, and this is going to be a great trap. So I'm going to give you a good example of what I mean about a feathered edge, and a lot of people don't understand the importance of a feathered edge, but what it does for us is naturally the does want to live up as close to the food as they possibly can, and when the hunter comes in to hunt the food plot, the does see them and they get up and move away, and the hunter a lot of times doesn't even realize it's happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop these trees down and thicken up all the way along this edge so that's not as big a problem for us. And earlier I walked in here, and this is the high ground on the property, and there's about 24 beds up and down through there, about 30 to 40 yards inside the timber. So one, this is going to give them browse to eat on in the winter time. It's going to make them feel comfortable. It's going to give them screening cover, and then we're going to get sunlight in there, so we're going to get more diversity and more variety of plants and forbs for the deer to eat on. So it's the first part of March, and a lot of people wonder what deer eat in the wintertime, but there are green plants in the wintertime. This is timber sedge, and you can see it here, and we're right beside the food plot. But this timber sedge will get ate down to the ground all the way up until morel mushroom season, which is going to be the first part of May. And then it would be about this tall, and they put a little seed head on, and then they quit eating on it at all at that point, because all the nutrition goes out of the plant and into the fruit of the plant. And that's the way it is with pretty much all plants. As soon as they put a fruit on, the nutrition's gone and the deer move on to the next one.